Hello everybody, welcome back to the Oversensitive channel. I hope y'all are doing well today, because I know something that's not doing very well today, and that is the gaming industry. Now, recently, in recent years at least, we've been having a lot of really bad flops in games. You have stuff like Code Violet, that's recent, stuff like Code Violet, Conquered, you have stuff like in the past that was Anthem, Battleborn, Paladins. Uh, I'm assuming there's a couple other ones that just completely flopped that might have just fallen under my radar. But you have stuff like that that just completely just disregards what players are looking for and what players want and what players have been craving and begging for from the gaming industry. And we're expected to kind of just eat it up and accept that this is the state of the gaming industry right now. And, you know, me and most of you are refusing this because we simply don't want it. We don't want to partake in these SJWs in the gaming industry, trying to, you know, completely safe zone the gaming area for everyone and all to enjoy, and everything has to be a bubble, and everything has to be in bubble wrap. Everything has to be safe, and oh, I like this because it looks this way, and I like that because it looks that way. When did we stop asking gamers what they wanted and what they liked? Why does it have to cater towards gaming journalists? Why does it have to cater towards communities and people that don't even play video games? Why does it have to cater towards these developers and their political ideals or their personal beliefs? What like what happened to the gaming industry? And this isn't just for HIGHGUARD in particular. This little rant right here is just for the gaming industry in general. You have stuff like Avowed that was looking to be a new form of a Skyrim and just completely fell off because it was just littered with all of this woke culture and just people trying to shove their real world politics down your throat through this video game, and their real world opinions and views through this video game that you were supposed to just kind of eat up. And there was more of that than there was story. There was more of just the developer's personal feelings and opinions in these video games than there was actual story. And unfortunately, I'm just feeling the same way with HIGHGUARD, where it's just again what the developers want and not what gamers want. It's what the developers want gamers to want, but not what gamers actually want. And that, in a sense, is just like a safe zoned 3v3 castle raider, safe characters, and just all of that. It's just the most generic hero shooter that everyone has seen 5 times already. No one's excited for it. Everyone's making fun of it. No one cares about it. If you played it for a couple matches, then got bored of it. And the only actual HIGHGUARD defender now is literally Jeff Keighley. Prime example. This dude literally thought he was cooking with this game, to the point of where he actually was like, no, no, no. New KOTOR game? Don't put that last. HIGHGUARD. I like this game a lot, so we're gonna put it last. That's the main reason why HIGHGUARD was announced last, is because Jeff Keighley liked it and thought it looked cool. So he was like, oh, I'm sure everyone else is gonna find it really cool and they're gonna like it. And then when people rightfully so didn't like it, as soon as they saw it, he got butthurt. He got offended, and he just started just completely tucking it between his legs and just sucking HIGHGUARD dry, to the point of where it was almost indefensible. You can't defend a game that has almost no players. You can't. You simply cannot. The writing is on the wall. If it just dropped and the game is already dying, that says everything it needs to say. That really is it. There is no chapter 2 for HIGHGUARD, because they're delusional enough to put this on the top left corner of their like menu or their like, home screen, like they're already planning for a season 2, like they already have a season 2 just waiting to drop. Buddy, no one's gonna be here to play a season 2. You basically just you shoved CS:GO, Rainbow Six Siege, Paladins, Overwatch, and like a couple other games into this one 3v3 castle crasher shooter where it's like the map is too big to even be a 3v3. And of course, it's made by the developers who made Titanfall and Apex Legends. So of course, being Apex Legends developers, they're going to be used to 3v3 scenarios. They're going to be used to 2v2 scenarios and solo scenarios. They're going to be used to these large-scale maps and these small squadrons. But for something like HIGHGUARD, where you have these tedious objectives like mining minerals to buy ammo and weapons, like CSGO, and then you also have to reinforce your castle and make it, fortified, like Rainbow Six Siege. Voice crack, Jesus. And then you also have Paladins scenarios where you now have to run across the map to get the siege breaker on your mount, your horse, your bear, or your panther, whatever you choose for it to be, because apparently you can now majestically ride a panther across the terrain of HIGHGUARD. Sure, right? But it has like all of these gameplay elements that you have already played before, but they're just all now mashed together, and it's now just supposed to be HIGHGUARD. Enjoy. There it is. That's HIGHGUARD. It's a completely original idea. Nothing to see here. It's just a reskin upon a reskin upon a reskin with characters that are trying to cater towards people my age and younger. It's just like it's dumb. I'm sorry, but it's dumb. I haven't even touched the game. I didn't want to touch the game because as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, oh, this looks boring. And you know what I did do? I watched a couple of people play on stream. I watched a lot of review videos on it, and then I did my research, and now we're here. I didn't want to touch the game. I'm sorry, but it just seemed like it would have been a waste of time for me. And I also didn't have any friends that wanted to also play the game. All of them were like Marvel Rivals players or Helldiver 2 players. So, can't really go in between that. But besides the point, like when you get into HIGHGUARD, you immediately get greeted with what you got greeted with for the Anthem beta and like the Anthem release, which was just loading screens. You are stuck at a loading screen for like 7 to 10 minutes at a time, just waiting to get in. At this point, you have more anticipation of seeing what the main menu looks like rather than just playing the actual game. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. It's disappointing. And then when you get put into this training like course for, every hero shooter, as soon as you load up the game and press start, it throws you right into a training course, or at least it recommends you do a training course before you go into battle. It's the most generic training course ever. There's just some dude that just teleports around, tells you how to do the most basic video game movements. Oh, do you know how to move forward? Do you know how to use WASD? Do you know how to use your joystick? Do you know what a trigger does on your controller? Do you know what right click and left click do on your mouse? Congratulations, you're a gamer. You know how to play video games. All right, HIGHGUARD, go out there and go John HIGHGUARD the HIGHGUARD. Like, what? Like, it is the most generic thing ever, except for the fact that you now can mine minerals to buy the stuff that you now have to use in your training thing. So let's say, I feel like I'm just word salading right now, but let's say there's a certain part in the training where you have to blow up a wall with a rocket launcher because it wants to show off the destruction physics of the game and also the breaching physics of like, oh, you have to break through this reinforced wall with something stronger when they reinforce their wall. Who would have thunked it? But if you run out of ammo for some reason, if you're just like screwing around, it doesn't just like give you the ammo to be like, all right, stop messing around, like do what you're being asked to. You then have to go back and you have to remine all the minerals that you just did to buy the 3 rockets to then complete that tutorial task. It just is tedious, and it just seems like the game is trying to make you play it for as long as it can have you play it. so that it looks good, where it's like, oh, see, all these players have been playing it for at least like a couple hours when they opened it. Yeah, it's because it took like a couple hours just to get through the tutorial, bud. Not actually, but like you get what I'm saying here. Now, like, oh shit, my bad. I feel like we always have like a blooper, like a little blooper. Every time I make a video recently, we've had a blooper. So I'm gonna leave this one in too. But besides that, it's just like it's boring. It just seems boring. You can't like the combat on the mount that you ride across like the map looks completely like unplayable. Like it looks so janky. You're like as your like mount's running forward, you're like trying to like freaking like look left and right and like shoot the guy like going past you as your mount's still running forward. Like that just looks like unbearable. So obviously, as soon as you find contact with someone, you have to break from your mount and just like hop off and gun them down, then hop back on the mount. The mount, Jesus, have I been saying mount? Probably. Anyways, but it doesn't work with the mount. Like the mount does not work unless it's just to get you from point A to point B. And let's see what else. The gunplay looked all right. I mean, like, you know, the hit scan seemed fine from what I saw. You know, hit markers were registering and all that. The guns looked as generic as possible for a hero shooter with guns. It looked like the stuff you'd see out of Valorant and CS:GO mixed together and had like an ugly baby. It's basically what it looks like in my opinion. Besides the revolver, I guess the revolver looks kind of cool. Uh, but yeah, that's really about it. The frost troll that like defends the tower or like attacks you or something just looks like it was ripped straight out of something from like 2020. Like I don't even know what was it called, Warframe or something like that. Just like a weird like alien that like you would see on like the backwater planet that no one goes to in a like open world game or something like that. Just really out of the blue, like why is this thing in here? Like why is this in the game? What, I don't know. Uh, I mean, you literally shove a key into a barrier and then for some reason it opens a magical portal to have a complete like siege breaker like roll through. So I don't know. I don't know what the lore is for this game. I don't know. Um Besides the point, like it just seems way too tedious and way too big for a 3v3 scenario where you have to get all of this stuff. You have to mine materials, you have to go back to your base, you have to reinforce it, you have to defend it, you have to, you know, buy better gear, buy better armor, you have to search and loot for better armor and better gear. Like all of this, it just seems like you could have like more NPCs to shoot at in the world, maybe like more enemies, more bots to kill, or make it like a 6v6, maybe make the map slightly smaller. I don't know. Things that you could actually probably make HIGHGUARD more bearable to play, but they just completely chose not to and chose to make it the most like awkward game ever. Um Besides that, uh it just yeah, that really seems to be my review. It just seems like it's like a game where it's just a game. It's a game that now exists and you have the option to play it. It just is out there. There's nothing special to it. It is the most generic like shooter ever, hero shooter for that matter. And you just I feel like you get more satisfaction watching paint dry than playing HIGHGUARD because at least with watching paint dry, it's a positive outcome of the paint dries and not, oh, I got disconnected from the server or we just got completely rolled on and I'm not having fun playing the game anyways. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, that has been my review of HIGHGUARD. Again, as someone who hasn't played it and has just been doing research and watching multiple videos and streams on it, I just don't really see a good future for this game. I really don't. I don't see a long-lasting future. I don't see anything. Um, that's my opinion on it. I mean, thing. What do you have to say? Yeah, I don't know. As someone who is like a huge Overwatch 1 and 2 player, and then also an extreme like Rivals player, this is not looking good. Um, the gaming industry, in my opinion, isn't looking too good right now, though. So we'll see where it goes. We'll see where HIGHGUARD ends up. It might just pull a Concord, and just die off. But it's already doing better than Concord. It hasn't died off as quickly, so that's something. But that has been the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider dropping a like. Consider subscribing to me, the Oversensitive channel. It'll help me go a long way. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good one.